Hey, yeah, so I don't know where I'm going with this, but I've had so many thoughts today. Been so tired. I've been having a hard time sleeping at night, and my mind keeps me up a lot. And Miriam and I were talking quite a bit about this. Like, I need to get better at taking my thoughts down. We've actually talked about just recording our conversations to upload it into AI to filter it into script for content because we both have so many brilliant ideas, thoughts on everything, not, I mean, of course, most of it's astrologically speaking or from a spiritual context, but yeah. So today, like, just bam, having a lot of different thoughts about so many different things, everything from my personal life to the things that I'm noticing within myself that I'm just not willing to partake in anymore, for my own good. It's kind of like, having thoughts about people that throughout my here, let me just rewind, go back a little bit. So throughout my whole life, it's been kind of a thing to where people keep stuff from me. And I end up finding out later on, it ends up being stuff and that it turns around and they say, well, because we didn't want to hurt you or, you know, for my benefit, right? Well, fuck. I'm a Virgo. I compartmentalize every single thought and I have a file cabinet for every record memory that, you know, me and anybody that I've ever engaged with in a conversation or relationship. It goes into this file cabinet, every memory, every thought, and when I need it, I pluck it out. And, when I have people in my life, it's been since I was little, and clear into adulthood. People keep stuff from me, and it's not people keeping stuff from me. Sometimes it's like the universe does, like I've lost friends. I had my best girlfriend, Teresa. She passed away. I want to say it was in 2018. Yeah, right after my birthday in August, and I didn't know. I had no idea until October when I went to wish her a happy birthday and saw all over her Facebook feed it was like happy heavenly birthday, and she was young, and so it was very unexpected, and we didn't have any mutual Facebook friends, so the algorithms didn't feed it to me, and I didn't find out. So that's just like one example. I like tried to reach out to her boyfriend at the time. He, it probably went to other messages or something like that, but it was probably a good year to a year and a half before I actually found out what happened to her. Um, there's so many different instances to where this goes on in my life. Anyways, so I'm not trying to make a super long video and I'm already a few minutes in, but I'll be like, just kind of relate it back to my point. So I'm kind of at that point in my life to where if I have somebody, if there's people in my life that are keeping stuff from me, that is stuff that would impact my ability to make a informed decision about my dealings with them or our related people or whatnot, it's really important that you tell me the truth about what's going on because when I don't hear um, from somebody I trust, if I ask and I'm not given the information and I know that they know something, it's basically lying by omission, which is a problem for me. It is because it's so much easier to speak the truth. And when you live in your truth, and I guess everybody doesn't live in their truth. So that's where I have to double back and be a little okay with on the spiritual side. The spiritual Heather understands why people do it. It just is something that I have the ability to go, that's just not something I'm okay with in my life. If somebody's claims to care about me, my well-being, my life, and you're withholding information that's very important to me, trust that I'm not going to look at you the same until you're truthful with me. It's people say, just, you got friends that, let's say you have a squabble with a friend. You guys have mutual friends and they want to stay out of it. I totally get it. Want to stay out of it. But if people are withholding the truth from you about it, and it's, if you knew the truth, it would change the dynamic, and probably how you would handle the people involved. It's pretty important. So anyways, that was just kind of one of the things on my mind. I'll probably just make a separate video for this other thought because it goes pretty deep. So, yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at right now. And it's one of those things that I'm pretty sure about. I realize that it's scary to live in your truth. Not everybody accepts everybody else's truth when they've known you to be a certain way, the whole time that they've known you to exist in their life. And it's okay. My truth doesn't have to be everybody else's truth. But, I'd really love to see people be able to stand in their truth and integrity a whole lot more, rather than just hiding behind outdated, unhealthy, almost coping mechanisms. And I'll say even just from my age group, and I was born in 80, coping mechanisms as far as trying to keep the relationships, like, if you figure, parents not getting along at home or whatever, and staying together for the kids, and, that kind of dynamic, and keep the peace. That's very Cancerian, and my Virgo's and my Venus is in Cancer. So yeah, I noticed that dynamic, and I've had it in my family. Family members will cover up other family members' stuff and say it's for the benefit of everybody and to protect. That's Cancer, right? Cancer energy. And Venus and Jupiter in Cancer right now, and actually conjunct my Venus, my natal Venus. So it makes sense that I'm having these deep thoughts, And yeah, so I kind of just felt like talking about it. I mean, is it anybody else kind of feeling this way about stuff and people in their lives? It's just one of those things that I get that not everybody's ready to live in their truth. And sometimes people's truth is really jaded by comfort and convenience, not wanting to change things. The world's changing. Everybody's changing. Even as individuals, we're all changing. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that's noticed family dynamics changing, friend dynamics, the things that people actually get together to go hang out and do things together with, the family dynamics. But it's basically, it's yeah, I'm really rambling at this point. So anyways, that's it. I don't even know what I'm going to do with this. I don't know if I'm going to upload it, but I decided I'm going to start kind of just cutting little clips and random thoughts with Heather, All right, guys. Bye.